Now my wife is shouting from behind. Don't throw the chappal, they'll see it.
Old school romance.
That's also part of old school romance. Have extra chappals. Buy 3 of each pair. Either you're an animal lover and you like all animals, or you don't. You can't like say I like one dog and not the other dog. It's like racism. वो तो काला कुत्ता है, मुझे पसंद नहीं. गोरा कुत्ता अच्छा. I love Kapoor and Sons. That's one movie me and my wife watched together. Trust me, after 20 years of marriage, you can't watch too many things together. Hi, this is Cyrus Broacha. For some reason, you're watching me on ETimes. I apologize. It won't happen too often. Thank you for your time. And please listen to Samina Sheikh. She's fantastic.
Hi, this is Samina Sheikh here, and today I'm in a very happy mood because I have none other than Cyrus Broacha, who really knows to make people laugh with his wittiest replies, with his sarcasm, and I'm so happy to have him right now. Welcome on ETimes, Cyrus.
Now you put too much pressure on me.
I have put a lot of pressure on you right now. But that is what exactly you are.
I need some medication now. I'm feeling low and sad. I'm just kidding. I'm fine. Yeah.
So Cyrus, tell me about your new project you're working on. And, I have heard a lot about it.
I'm going to start with the alphabet A. A for Audible, because that's where you find it. So it's important we mention this. Not because they told me to say it. Samina, I would never do that because it is on Audible. So this is old school romance. And I've done an episode. Pankaj is the guy behind it. Pankaj, for those who don't know, is a very creative personality, writer, director. Agar aap log ko break chahiye comedy mein ya romance mein, he's making some big budget films. I'm not joking. He really is. So please contact him. So this is his brainchild. It's a great idea. It's one of those ideas when people tell you, this is my idea. You immediately think, why did I think of that idea? Then you know it's a great idea. Yeah. Just like Scootsie. I don't know if you can mention other brands, but I thought it was a great idea. I was so unhappy. Why did I think of it? So same thing with him. His idea is just people talk about the past, about their romances and what they like or don't like about. It begins with what you like and goes into what you don't like, whether you like it or not. Yeah. That's the way it is.
Are you trying to somewhere say that, old school romance in a very new style?
Oh God, no. There's nothing new about me. I was old even when I was young. There's no question. So basically, I don't think there's anything like that. It's just people talking openly about their relationships and you're trying to find the romance, the spark. Why do people like each other? Look at Big Boss. Big Boss has proven that people can't live together, right? I hate to use Big Boss as a reason for society to look at something, but that's the way it is. And so sometimes even you think marriage is really ridiculous. Why do all animals mate seasonally and then disappear? They don't really have relationships. Very few do. So human beings are the only people who have these long marriages and long romances and actually are affected when A leaves B or B leaves A or A is away from B, etc. So it's interesting to see why. There's something either wrong with us or right with us. Who knows? But so Pankaj has that ability on this show, old school romance on Audible, to give us that window for people to open up and talk. That's it. So I opened up. Aisha hardly said anything.
Do you personally think that, this, exactly that, of, marriages and, romance and all, there's a lot of pressure on the singles out there who don't want to get into this.
Yeah, but there are two pressures. One is the family pressure. Okay, that we can't control. Because that's the family. You can't do anything. But if it's not parents, it's the uncles and aunts. So there's always pressure. Exactly. And they try to put down the members. How Indians are, how we are raised. So that is one thing. That's a whole society issue. Second pressure is the internal pressure you put on yourself. I find women have that pressure more than us men. Our male pressure is more to do with not able to digest food and all that. That's a different story. But female pressure, I've noticed whenever I talk to girls, when we were younger especially, at some point between 20, let's give a rough age of 23, 24 to 33, 34, young women just go through this sort of depression of why am I not a mother? Why am I not married? And I don't know why they thought like that. If they only taste marriage for 3 years and realize, bach gaya. Thank God I'm not a mother. Thank God I'm not married. It's not as easy as you think. But I think maybe there's a biological reason or something, hormonal reason where that seems to happen. And I noticed that. But having said that, I don't want to say you should get married or don't get married because there's enough for and against as far as I'm concerned.
Cyrus, apart from this, it's quite hilarious and you spoke about it, being a Punjabi guy, you have dubbed your voice. I mean, you have given your voice to Mahesh Babu, who's a South star. How was that for you though?
Okay, A, I'm not a Punjabi guy, and B, but I'm happy to do that.
I know you're not a Punjabi guy, but there was this quote of yours which is actually going viral like that, and I would repeat on the same that I love South films, but it is hilarious to see a Punjabi guy dubbing for Mahesh Babu.
Oh, no. That's when I like watching South films, especially Telugu films, which are dubbed in Hindi. So that, suddenly the guy with a Punjabi accent is talking, but the lines, although they are in Hindi, they just seem wrong on the dialogue style and delivery of the. But it's just, I love that. That's a genre of film that we love watching, which is we watch these Telugu remakes with Hindi dubs. That's fabulous. I love that. What do you say?
But don't you also find it a bit funny, when it's actually like, in Hindi, some of the dialogues are, said in a very different way altogether.
No, but they're trying to match the Telugu delivery style. And, so they seem wrong. You can make out as a viewer that they seem wrong. Huh? But the drawl is Punjabi and everything else. It's hilarious. I love that. This is secularism at its best. I'm all for that. Yeah.
Cyrus, also recently you shared about your 4 commandments. And I would like people to know about those 4 commandments, like, from your end itself.
Okay, can you refresh my memory for all 4 commandments?
You spoke about your 4 commandments because you spoke about, of course, you had this new anthology, the Book of Dogs.
Oh, for dogs. Those 4 commandments for dogs. Yeah. So that's basically, see, even I've got one problem with dog owners who basically don't walk their own dogs. Okay. I find that ridiculous. I've spent my entire life walking dogs since I was a child. And I'm only, I don't want to use words like servants. It's a horrible word. I never want to use that word ever. But people who you hire to help you, they are the only people who I know. Okay, so I had this terrible experience in Oval Maidan once. There's a big Labrador used to come, and the dog's name was. So I asked the guy, "What is the name?" And the guy, he was from Jharkhand, and he said, "Sir, dekhiye, naam hai GS." So I said, GS, interesting cheese, hai, GS. And I was telling all the guys around that GS naam hai. So obviously, if GS naam hai, so he's named after some member of the family. It happens sometimes, as respect to the great-grandfather, the initials are given to the dog. I've heard of that before. And with love. So we all just call him GS. Then one fine day on a Sunday, Mem Saab aati hai, dog ke saath. Badi Mem Saab, old lady with bangles and all that. And she's standing there and I'm going to the dog, GS, come here, Baba. In very chaste English, she's saying, what did you call my dog? So I said, GS. His name is Zeus, the Greek god Zeus. I was like, what? I don't know, why do they name, if you're not going to walk your own dog, then give the dog a name where the guy is comfortable, like Raju, Tommy, Biscuit, Moti, whatever, which we are used to and they are used to and everybody's happy. You give a name like Zeus, the god of Olympia and all that. And I mean, no one can pronounce it. And we have been saying JS for forever. So I have all these stories. And in the 4 commandments, one of the commandments is that. Amongst the other ones, which are very important, is selective. I can't stand people who like only their own breeds. Either you're an animal lover and you like all animals, or you don't. You can't say, I like one dog and not the other dog. It's like racism. Wo to kala kutta hai, mujhe pasand nahi. Gora kutta acha hai. It comes down to that literally. I've actually heard terms like English kutta and Desi kutta. And what is the hell? You're giving nationalism and regionalism and racism to animals now. It's horrible. Humanity is very bad. Samina, don't start about humanity. Terrible.
That's so true. That is so true. And then we plan to go to Mars. So anyway.
And then spoil that also. Now my wife is shouting from behind. Don't throw the chappal, they'll see it.
Old school romance.
That's also part of old school romance. Have extra chappals. Buy 3 of each pair.
But also, Cyrus, your sense of humor is so good. And, you have been so witty, whenever you have done, you're a stand-up comedian or, be on stage, that right now, what do you have to say about the current talent of people who have come and, do you somewhere feel that, oh, it's kind of awkward, their sense of humor is not up to the mark. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh my God, now you're asking me to say whether I'm better than the younger generation. I tell you what, I'm stronger. Because I can bench close to 400 pounds and I can squat over 400 pounds. So that I am. I challenge all the comedians when I meet them. How much can you bench? How much can you squat? And I'm an old man. But no, I think that's, audience work and all is a little different style. And us lazy comedians like myself, the laziest ones, we just live off audiences. We have 2 formal gags and we can do 45 minutes. We just react to people around like you're in the college canteen and just keep freewheeling with that. So in that sense, I enjoyed what they call the room comedy and all that. Not everybody likes that. Some people like a very strong script and they stick to that. So maybe that's it. Then I think one thing which upsets people, which I've noticed, is that sexuality in comedy, that's become rampant. And for some people, that's just not a good thing. They don't like it, so they turn off it. I think we come from a generation where we don't do that much sexuality. So we're always a little safer. We do a little. After all, I'm an idiot. But it never go down to I've seen some of these shows and even I'm like, oh my God, I better take something after this show. It's very hard to understand and digest. But that's it. That's the modern person's perspective. I don't think we should challenge it. And sometimes people really enjoy it as well. So whatever.
And lastly, Cyrus, your recent comment for Shakun Batra has been making noise on the internet. And, he actually said that, MTV Bagra dragged on the end. And you said, like, almost like Kapoor and Sons, and which made people feel like, as if you guys are, having
Oh,
this.
come on. It was just a tongue-in-cheek joke. He was pulling my leg. I was pulling his. I love Kapoor and Sons. It's a fabulous film. I mean, that's one of the movies we're talking about old school romance on Audible. And that's one movie me and my wife watched together. Trust me, after 20 years of marriage, you can't watch too many things together. It was fantastic. It was a good movie. And he's a great guy. I think people don't understand context. He's a naughty guy. I'm a little
That's why I
cheeky.
was like, it's better to have a clarification on the same. That's why I
Yeah.
asked.
In fact, I'll put it this way: my personality types, if we don't insult you, that means we're not comfortable with you. Okay. And I think Shakun is from the same family. He likes to pull leg and all that. So once you're okay with someone, you'll start doing that. It's just natural process. If you don't do that, that means you're not comfortable with them yet.
True.
So, but it's okay.
And before I let you go, Cyrus, what are your upcoming projects you're working on apart from Audibles?
Well, I've got a daily podcast. What is it called? Cyrus Says. I had to name it after myself on IVM. I've got this old school romance, one episode, which is going to break the internet untold. And I've already, Aisha, booked the BMW 7 Series. Old school romance is on Audible and it's gone crazy viral.
Wow.
She's asking what is old school romance. And this is not just the show that she doesn't remember. It's the actual phrase. What is old school romance? Yeah. And I'm waiting for a film called Penthouse to release. I don't know why it's not released. It's supposed to come out on Netflix, which we shot during the pandemic. What else do we have? We have a show, Week That Wasn't, which is running. And we are working on one show, a pilot of something, but we haven't shot it yet. So when we do, then hopefully someone will buy it and we'll have some more money to do work. Until then, my wife has to work 9 to 5 every day. Aisha, don't come back early today.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.